It is Friday afternoon. It's about 4 o'clock, and we are headed up to Cheaha wilderness area. Thomas, my son, and I. It's Memorial Day weekend, and we're gonna celebrate Memorial Day by spending a little time outdoors. Don't want to forget the real reason for Memorial Day and thank all the soldiers that have served in the past, as well as the soldiers that are currently serving, that give us all the freedom that we experience here in the United States. So we thank you for that. But we are going to take a little outside enjoyment in this weekend, do a little bit of hiking, possibly a little backpacking and hiking, and do a little camping with our hammocks. Supposed to meet another friend and his son are coming down from Birmingham to meet us in the morning, and possibly one other guy may meet us sometime this weekend as well. But we are probably going to stay at Turnip Seed Hunters Camp tonight, and then tomorrow morning we'll pack up and hike over to the Cheaha Falls area. It's a couple miles from where we'll be camping tonight, and meet up with the other guys, and then we'll decide what we're going to do from there. Parked at Turnip Seed Campground, or Turnip Seed parking lot, I guess you would call it. And we're going to hike into the falls. We're going to take the road here instead of going. There's a trail over in the woods that way, but it's not very eventful or memorable. I've hiked it a couple times before. It's just a little short section of trail that runs through those woods and then crosses this road right down here a little ways. So we're just going to take the easy route and walk the road until we get to the trail crossing, and then we'll go into the woods there. Thomas says he's ready. You ready?
Yeah.
So Thomas is using a new pack that I picked up from one of the guys on the forum. Got your hip belt tight?
Yes.
And it's a ULA CDT that I got from Grape Nut. So thanks Grape Nut for that good deal. He's got it, I think it's somewhere around 18 pounds roughly with food and water. I think the base weight was somewhere in the 12-pound range or something like that. So he's doing better than me. I think I was going to have about 22 to 23 pounds, but I threw a couple things on here at the last minute, so it's probably closer to 24 or 25 now, but still not too bad. I've got my ULA circuit that I've used before, and it rides well. You'll probably see here I've got my SLR camera. I don't normally bring this, but we're not sure exactly what we're going to do trail wise, so I decided to bring it and maybe try to get some good pictures. So we're headed in the woods and be at camp here in just a short bit. See you later. All right, officially on the trail now. The Chinnabee Silent Trail is where we are. Chinnabee Silent Trail. It says it's about a half mile over to the falls. I think it's a little more than that, but it says it's half mile on the sign here. All right, so I think Thomas has got to take him a picture, and then we're gonna head on down the trail. The trail actually crosses the road right there behind me. That's where I was talking about. There's a section of trail that goes back up to the parking lot through those woods, and it's not very interesting. So normally don't walk through there. I've done it a couple times, and it's not super interesting. So we're on the trail now, and last time I was up here saw a snake or two, so we're gonna keep our eyes open for that. We got our camp set up for the night. We're here at the falls. There's a father-son down there tent camping and their dog. We are set up here. I'm in the War Bonnet Blackbird XLC with my Superfly tarp set up there. Supposed to be in the 50s tonight, so set up in porch mode. Thomas is over here in the Skeeter Beater Pro. He's got his set up, his tarp in porch mode too. That's an argon tarp that I made that he's got set up over his Skeeter Beater Pro. And so we're set up for the evening, and we're gonna go cook a little dinner. It's about 7 o'clock, and so time to go fix us a little bit of dinner. Good morning all. Both of us slept pretty good last night for the most part. Thomas somewhat regretting not having a pillow. His neck was a little sore, and it took me a little while to get my underquilt situated. It got a little chilly, even though it really wasn't cold last night, but it did get down into the mid to lower 50s, and my shoulders kept getting cold. So what I did, ended up finally realizing that there was a slight breeze coming from that direction, and it was hitting my shoulders. So as you see there, I closed off the doors on that end of the tarp, and that resolved the problem. The breeze stopped hitting my shoulders, and I didn't have any more trouble keeping warm. So all right, so Thomas and I are headed over here to chill out around the campfire, have a little breakfast. Our camp buddies that were here last night have left already. I guess we slept too late for them, and they have hit the road. I knew they were leaving today, but I thought they were going to hang around maybe a little while. But it was nice meeting them. Adam and Dylan were their names. And look, there's Thomas's light that he left over here last night. So now we know where his headlight is, right there. All right, breakfast this morning is coffee and Pop-Tarts. So Thomas, you having Pop-Tarts? Keep it together.
What about those things?
Little
oatmeal square.
Nestle Memento caramel something or another. Caramel latte. Thomas is having some apple cider. And I take that caramel Memento stuff and mix it with a Taster's Choice instant coffee. And it makes a pretty good drink. So that's for breakfast this morning. And a peanut butter and chocolate Pop-Tart.
And this.
And some kind of oatmeal
square.
Some kind of peanut butter oatmeal square.
Soft baked Nature Valley oatmeal square.
Sounds yummy. If you haven't camped in this area, this is a really nice spot up here in Cheaha that we like to camp at pretty regular. It's an easy walk in from the Turnip Seed Campground parking area there on 281, just south of the actual gate of the main gate of the state park. You just come down 281 and there's a little parking lot on the left if you're coming from the state park. It's between the state park and Adams Gap is where you can park. And then right across the road from that parking lot is a little gravel road that you can either walk that gravel road, or you probably saw that in the first part of the video, us coming in on the gravel road, or you can come in on a little trail that cuts through there. But this is the spot where we normally set up camp. It's the Chinnabee Silent Trail leads you into this spot, and this is right here at the crossing of the Cheaha Creek, I guess, that comes down from the mountain, I guess, because that water is cold year round, so I guess it comes from way up the hill somewhere. But if you go on up that hill that way, the Cheaha shelter is about 300 yards or so up the hill. Walk down to the falls area. You can see the water starts dropping the levels here, and it just keeps on climbing down this way. About 5:30. We've kind of hung out here in the campground here at the falls most of the day today. Just kind of relaxed and played. A couple of the other guys got here. Tim and his son got here about 9:15 this morning. So we just kind of hung out around the falls and enjoyed relaxing. There's been a good bit of traffic of people coming down. There's still some over there, day hikers coming down. There's one group, guy and a girl and a couple of dogs across the creek over there that are camping. I guess they'll be here tonight. But our plans tomorrow are to get up, pack up, and walk out and take the car, one of the vehicles, up to Adams Gap and leave from there and hike in to, I think, what will be the second campsite from Adams Gap, headed over to Lake Chinnabee. So I think it'll be the second one we come across based on the map that I'm looking at. So our plans are to hike into there, spend the night at that campsite, and then get up Monday morning and finish the hike on out back through here, and then on out to the car. So, all right, we're getting ready to break camp. Tommy, you had a good time?
Hello.
Hopefully we're gonna get to hike some and make camp down the trail, but we got some clouds rolling in, so we're gonna go check the forecast before we decide for sure. So time to hike out to the car and see what the forecast looks like. Okay, we're at the Adams Gap trailhead here in the Talladega National Forest. We're gonna hike in probably 5 or 6 miles, so a fairly short hike, and set up camp for the night. The forecast says we're okay as far as rain. It's not supposed to rain, but the wind's blowing pretty stout, so we'll see if that actually holds true. It's cloudy, but I haven't seen any rain, and it says that it's not supposed to rain until tomorrow around lunch is when the forecast says it's supposed to, rain chances are supposed to come in, so we'll see. But we're going to head on down the trail and see if we can't find us a place to stay for the evening. All right, we're on the Skyway Trail to Lake Chinnabee, going that direction down there. But then also the Pinhoti comes up this way from that direction. Apparently it's 15 miles to Porter's Gap, 11.7 to Chandler Springs, and 6.5 to Claremont. So that's where you come from if you're hiking northbound on the Pinhoti. We're going that way. So this looks like a pile of rocks from something. Not exactly sure what this is, but yeah. Thomas says Sasquatch has been piling up rocks. But I'm wondering if it may be the remnants of maybe an old fireplace or something. Because you can see there's mortar in some of those up there. Looks like, or maybe that's just dirt, but that's what I was thinking. This must be remnants from an old cabin or something. Oh yeah, that's. So we've stopped for an official rock skipping break. So this is a little stream crossing here. So far the trail has been really nice. Pretty easy. There's a nice breeze, a lot of shade. So this has been a pretty nice trail so far. Take a little break and drink a little water. And the boys are gonna skip some rocks and the trail will then continue up that way. All right, so we're 2 miles in, crossing this stream here. And this is really nice campsite, actually. Really cool rock formation downstream there. This would be a really nice place to camp here. Good fire ring, good trees. Even if you had tents, it's got some flat spots in here. This would be a nice place to camp. Yeah, I think we're gonna keep walking a little while. Okay, we are at second road crossing on the trail, and we are headed that way. There, we've done just over 4 miles so far, and we're guessing we have about 1.5 miles or so left, roughly. That's a guess. Between 1 mile and 1.5 miles. The trail hadn't been too bad, but there's been some ups and downs, and the weather has been cooperative for the most part. The breeze has not been as plentiful as we would like, but it's been here and there. So hopefully we'll be at camp before too long. We'll sit down and relax for a little while. So, man, that breeze feels good. So this is where we stopped for lunch, and it's actually a little camping area here, and we may push on a little bit further down the trail and find a different spot. But this is a little creek that we've had lunch at. Refilled our water bottles, ate us some lunch, and now we're going to head on up the trail a little bit further and see where we can find to sleep for the night. So still pushing along. We've been about a little over 5 miles so far. And this is what the area looks like right now. Crossed our second dirt road, forest road right back there, a little piece, and we're slowly making our way on over to the Devil's Den area. Breeze has kind of died down, so and the temperatures rose up a little bit. The sun's shining, breaking through the canopy, so it's making it a little warmer for the walk, but not terribly bad. The ups and downs are not as bad as they were. All right, we found us another creek crossing. I think we might be getting close to Devil's Den, but we're not 100% sure. But nevertheless, it is a nice place. Probably some people downstream down there.
Hey, Dad!
They're probably day hikers from Lake Chinnabee, most likely. I think it's a pretty short walk up to Lake Chinnabee from here, I believe. So there's the look upstream from me. So it's really a nice place. Now you can see through there Devil's Den, and all the day use people have hiked down for the day. So we'll see if we want to camp there or not. All right, we found us a spot to camp for the night. It's just up from Devil's Den. Devil's Den is right over that ledge down there behind Thomas's Devil's Den. And it was pretty crowded from day use folks swimming. So we walked on past that. We came up this way and found a spot that's got enough spot for us to hang. And so this is where we're going to hang for the night. Pretty nice. Waterfall, it'll help us sleep. Although we won't have any trouble sleeping after a little over 8 miles we walked. So this is where we're going to spend the night. Beautiful, beautiful area. We have fire. All right, so the spot we're staying in is a little tight. So as you can see, we made the best use of trees. So we kind of have a little hammock city going on here. So it's gonna be nice and cozy. Okay, supper time. Tonight we are having minute rice mixed with some dehydrated ground beef with cheesy taco seasoning in it, and some black beans, dehydrated black beans. So we'll cook that up and mix in some corn chips and some packets of Olive Garden Romano cheese. I'm bigger than you. Would you like my other cheese? It looks like I'm having one packet of Romano cheese tonight. Mr. Boyd over here is having 2.
Oh, yeah.
All right, food's pretty good. This is how it turned out. All mixed up together. That's minute rice, black beans, ground beef, taco seasoning, and corn chips. And a little bit of Romano cheese from Olive Garden. All mixed up together. It's gonna be a good meal, good rib sticking meal. Thomas, you enjoying yours? He's starving. Well, we're packing up camp this morning. At least some of us are so far. We got the 2 old guys who broke camp, and the 2 young guys are still sleeping. But after hiking a little over 8 miles yesterday, and then they started playing and swimming here, running around on these rocks, it's understandable that they're tired and still sleeping. But it's a beautiful spot. You can see this is what we woke up to. Waterfalls, bubbling stream, birds chirping. It's a beautiful morning. So I'm gonna brew up a little coffee here and finish packing up. We'll get on the trail here in just a few minutes. Got about roughly about a 3 mile walk, and we should be back to the truck. head to the house. All right, we're back on the trail this morning. Got about a 3-mile walk to, roughly a 3-mile, we think, back to the truck. Should be going back past the shelter and the falls where we stayed the first night. And this morning the trail is starting out pretty nice right along this little stream we're walking along. But probably going to start climbing up in a little bit and get a little more strenuous, but right now it's nice. And there's a breeze, which is nice. So that's what we're doing this morning. Well, here's a view of, we're up along the ridge now, climbed up out of the bottom, and there's a view of what we're looking at. Looks like there might be some rain off in the distance. There's some forecasted for a little later in the day, so maybe we'll get done before the rain comes in. So there's the view from the Chinnabee Silent Trail coming up from Devil's Den. All right, so we made it to the Cheaha shelter. Hiked about 1.75 miles, maybe roughly this morning. This is the view from the shelter. And the falls are right down there behind us. And this is what the shelter looks like if you ever want to come up here and stay at the Cheaha shelter. Got a little table and fire ring. And, so a little breezy up here. It's kind of nice right now. Really don't want to have to put the pack back on and walk down the hill, but this is pretty comfortable. So got about a mile or so to the truck and then we'll be done. All right, so we're back at the vehicles now. We did about 12 miles over the last day and a half. And we started here at Adams Gap and walked to the Skyway Loop to the Chinnabee Silent Trail and spent the night at Devil's Den last night. And we got up this morning and hiked on out past the Cheaha shelter and the Cheaha Falls and picked up my truck, came up here, and now we're swapping gear and heading home. So really a nice weekend. Enjoyed the hike. Enjoyed the company. We had a good time. Have to do it again. Hope y'all enjoyed it, and we'll talk to you later.
$15.98.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Have a good one. That's right. It's time to eat now. Thomas has been starving for the last 2 days. So head to the Golden Arches. Get us a couple of big 3rd-pound sirloin burgers and start making our way home.
Ooh, apple pies. Look at that. He splurged.
Apple pies.